Hello everybody, this is me Ethan here, and welcome back to another LEGO set review. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the LEGO Stranger Things 75810, the Upside Down, which contains 2,287 pieces, 8 minifigures, and the age recommendation is ages 6 and up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a closer look. First, we'll take a look at Mike Wheeler. He uses dark green mid-legs, which are exclusive to the set. He comes with a little walkie-talkie and a flashlight, a nice little button-up t-shirt underneath with a tan jacket on. His facial expressions look a little bit worried or nervous, and then the other one, he looks pretty angry, and I think the hairpiece that they used for this minifigure really looks like the character quite a bit. Then we also have Lucas Sinclair. He has dark brown mid-legs, which are not exclusive to this set, sadly. He comes with a slingshot in a recolor, a little flashlight, this very nice looking dark red torso, an exclusive facial expression which hasn't appeared anywhere else, no alternate facial expression sadly, and this very nice recolor of the bandana which appeared in the 2015 Pirate sets, I believe, which are very nice. We've also got Dustin Henderson, which is maybe my favorite minifigure in this set. He comes with some dark tan mid-legs, which are not exclusive. He comes with this very nice hair hat combo, which is dual molded, very, very nice and detailed. His facial expressions look extremely accurate, if I do say so myself. Torso looks pretty accurate. I like the way that looks. He also comes with a walkie-talkie and a little magnifying glass with a thermometer. And I believe that is a compass and a thermometer that he also has for an accessory. Now we will take a look at 11. She is wearing her wig that we see in Season 1. I wish that they gave her a kind of thin hairpiece that she wears. Exclusive facial expression, no other, because that's pretty much the way she looks the entire season. She's got this pretty nice torso print, which is very detailed with the little pink on the inside. She's got this pink skirt as well, and white mid-legs, which are exclusive to the set, and as well as a Eggo waffle, which is an exclusive print. Then we also get Will Byers with an exclusive hairpiece. Looks very nice for that bowl cut, that terrible haircut that he has in the show during Season 1 all the way through Season 3. His facial expression looks really accurate. He's got a kind of nervous expression and then a very nervous expression. He's got kind of a Marty McFly looking torso. I really like that. And some light blue mid-legs. We get a lot of recolors of these new mid-legs that appeared in Harry Potter, which are very nice additions. Next we have Joyce Byers. Pretty simplistic minifigure, but I do like the torso with the kind of olive green color with the striped shirt underneath. She's got a flashlight and exclusive 2x2 print of Will's drawing from Season 1. She uses Hermione's hair, which works perfectly for Winona Ryder. She's got a scared expression, which is very accurate to the show, and a little bit of a relieved expression, which is pretty nice. Really, really cool looking minifigure. We also get Hopper. Which may be my favorite minifigure. It's tied up with Dustin. He's using some dark tan legs, a white coffee mug, exclusive torso print. I really love that facial expression. It looks a lot like David Harbour. No alternate facial expression, of course, because he is wearing the sheriff's hat, which I wish they molded the hair on. Otherwise, it just looks like he is bald, which just doesn't look right, but still a very, very cool and very accurate minifigure. And finally, we have the Demogorgon. It uses the gremlin legs in a dark tan color with tons of printing on it. Looks very scary. He uses the Wolverine claws in dark tan. Look at the torso printing. Very scary looking. The, of course, kind of accessory or hat piece, I guess you could consider it. Looks very scary looking also. And underneath, there is a printed head that represents whenever the Demogorgon's mouth is closed, whenever all these kind of flaps are closed over. Very accurate, very spooky, and very scary. So there are all the minifigures in the Stranger Things set, and now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the Will Byers house. So here's the top part of the entire set. It is, of course, the Byers house, but first we'll go ahead and take a look at Hopper's car. So here is the Byers house. We of course have a ton of olive green and dark tan on here, which looks very nice. A bunch of rock work over where Hopper's car normally sits. We have this black bicycle, which is kind of hard to get nowadays. Not super common, but that just kind of sits in between the rocks. We have these little stands right here which don't connect perfectly onto the top roof part. I always have to kind of mash it down every now and then, but as you can see, it says 149. There's also, I'll move you guys over a little bit. There's a little chair build. There's some newspapers covering up the windows. There's a table. There's like a rug right here, I guess, at the front where the door is. There's also a orange couch and a little porch swing, which is a pretty cool little build, and it's all tiled off at the front of the house. That's pretty much it. Here's the roof. Very large pieces. Looks pretty cool. I don't know exactly what this is. I believe it's supposed to like release smoke if there's smoke in the house or whatever. And there's two identical builds on the side. This area gets dusty pretty easily. So now we're going to take a look at the trees. Pretty simplistic. It's got, of course, the tiles on the top, which allow you to sit the trees on the bottom. That's kind of how it's supposed to work. They're pretty much identical builds on each side, and on the other side of the tree, there is an exclusive print. If I can move it over, you can maybe possibly see it. It says Missing Barbara Holland. That's a pretty nice little print on the tree, and it is the same on the upside down, except a little bit of a color swap. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior of the Byers house. If you're wondering how this kind of fits on here, it just sits on a Technic pin piece right here, and it does work upside down. If you flip the set completely upside down, it still does hang around. Very secure. So here is Hopper's police car. As you can see, it says Hawkins Police Department. I like that little sticker detail. We have some grills up in the front, some little headlights, and the lights up top. And if you want to get into the interior, all you have to do is pull on the back, and you can see the inside of it. There's no studs for Hopper to sit in, sadly, but there also is one of these pumpkin pieces, which represents the One Good Pumpkin from Season 2. So that's a very nice little Season 2 reference that I do like. Put the lights back on. And on the side, you can see there's some windows, which actually uses a snot technique. I don't think I can pull it out, but it uses a snot technique right there, which is pretty cool. As you can see, it says 98Y, which is his driver's license, like the card thing on the back. I can't remember the name at the moment, but yeah, there is Hopper's car, and now let's go and take a closer look at the upside down. So here is the interior of the Byers house. It may be a little bit difficult to see because of the lighting, but we will go from the left side of the house all the way to the right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the left side of the house. We have Will Byers' bedroom, which is a very nice build. It looks pretty cozy in there. As you can see, we have his bed, the back of the bed. It's a sand green and dark blue build. Very nice colors. I don't know what that is. There's a couple little lamps right there, and there's also a boombox right here, which is a very nice piece. I don't have any of these in my collection, so that is really cool. It just kind of sits on a jumper back there. It's a little bit hard to get back in there, but there we go. There's also a little lamp, and there's some Dungeons and Dragons posters because, of course, Will loves Dungeons and Dragons. And then there's also this little 2x3. I think it's a 2x3. It could be 2x3 or 2x4. I'm pretty sure it's a 2x3. It's a sticker of the Jaws poster. If you don't know what Jaws is, it's a shark movie. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what it is, but it's a little reference to it, and it says shark, which is actually in his room. And I also forgot to mention, I like the reference for the boombox for Should I Stay or Should I Go? That is in the season. And above it, in the kind of above area of the house, we have Bob's camera, which is an interesting little build. It's a cool little reference to Season 2, if I do say so myself. Moving over to the living room, we have this little yellow phone that Joyce Byers uses a lot during the first season. We have some lights going across the top, these Christmas lights. And of course we have the Christmas lights that say the ABCs that are super iconic from the show. We have a light brick up here. If you don't know how those work, you just simply tap it, and it makes it look like they light up. Pretty cool. It's my first ever light brick, so that's pretty awesome. We have a little table and a rug underneath there, and this 2x2 of Have You Seen Me, Will Byers. And kind of funny, it says age 12, approximately 1.5 inches tall. Which is pretty funny, because, you know, it's a Lego minifigure. Then we have the trap that Steve sets in the finale, I think it is, of the show. If it wants to focus, yeah. The little trap for the Demogorgon that Steve sets, which makes me wish that Steve was in this set. We also get a rule book for Dungeons and Dragons, which is yet again another nice sticker. I really like that dragon on there. We get a little Christmas box back here, which is where Joyce gets her Christmas lights to communicate to Will from the upside down. Looks like a very nice little print. Of course, it's just a 2x2 brick, so there's sadly nothing inside there. I would like it to be like an actual crate or whatever. We have the axe that she uses to cut open or break open the doors. We have some windows on the side. There's also windows in Will Byers' room. And there's this little plant and a nice green sofa couch, which looks very awesome. It does sit on one of those like moving pieces, so it's a little bit hard for it to be exactly positioned the way you want it to be. And then above in the attic, you can see we have the Will the Wise hat, which is a reference to Season 3, which Season 3 wasn't released at the time that this set released last year in 2019. So this gives me hope that we will have Season 3 Stranger Things sets, because this set sold really well. Probably one of the best sold sets of 2019, I think. We also have a 2x2 print of the Mind Flayer that Will draws in Season 2, which gives me hope for, of course, more Stranger Things sets. It sits on a white 2x2 jumper back there. It's a little bit hard to get back in there. And then the Will the Wise hat uses this weird technique to keep it in there. I gotta kind of lock it in so whenever I do flip the upside down set, it doesn't fall off. You gotta make sure it really connects onto that stud. That's one complaint that I have, is you can't really get that Will the Wise hat on there just right. Close enough. There we go. Lock down those pieces a little bit. So there is the interior of the Will Byers house. There's a little door I forgot to mention. Pretty cool build. I really like this interior. It looks really awesome, really nice. And now we will go ahead and take a look at the upside down. Now we have the big reveal. I'm gonna try and flip the upside down set live on camera, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. I'm gonna move it back a little bit so I can have some space. I normally like to pick it up from the sides, from the trees. I'm hoping my hand isn't in the way the entire time, but let's do it. And just like that, you kind of have to twist a little bit, while I'm on camera at least. And now we have the upside down version of the set. This is a very cool feature, how you can completely flip it upside down. And it's basically an entire set. So now let's go ahead and take a closer look at the exterior and then the interior. The exterior, instead of olive green, it is dark gray, which is pretty cool. It uses a ton of these foggy, clear pieces, if you can get the gist. Like, it's clear, but it's foggy, I guess. It uses these light blue pieces all over the place, a ton of these dark blue leaves and dark brown. You can see it on the trees as well as these seaweed pieces. It, of course, has the tiles on top so it can fit there. Yet again, it is blue instead for the roof, which looks really cool, actually. Ton of dark blue slopes and stuff, and it actually has the Barbara Holland print on the side over there, except with a little bit of a color swap. So that is pretty much it for the exterior. It's a flipped around version of the upside down house. You can see the chair that I showed before and the little swing set, the porch swing, and that falls off pretty easily. Actually, it just connects to the side of the house. But there we go. There's a little porch swing and the couch and everything else. That's pretty much all of the exteriors. So now let's take a look at the interior. So here's the interior. It's a lot darker version of the original Byers house, but of course it's in the upside down realm. So now I'm going to go from left to right just like before, except it's going to be a little bit opposite, because Will's room is right there and the couch is over here. So moving from left to right, we have the couch, which is dark blue instead of the dark green. We have the exact same rule book that we saw before, except of course it's in the color swap and it's a little bit more torn up, which actually looks really cool. I really love how it's all color swapped, like everything is different. Of course, have some more branches. We have some spills on the ground, and notice that you don't see the trap that Steve Harrington sets, because this is in the upside down, not the real world. We also have the same print, except of course it's in black and white and it's ripped up. Black couch, black table instead. Everything's a lot darker. We have the lights, no light brick in this, obviously. Of course, you got branches covering it all up. And then we have Will's room in there as well. Same colored boombox as the original one, which is kind of weird. And then we have the shark poster. Of course, it's just ripped up, and instead it's black and white. I always love how they kind of color swapped everything. Gives a really cool effect. But other than that, there's not much else to say, because it is a pretty much identical build. Like I said before, just a color swap. Since I sadly can't fit the entire box in the frame in my studio, I'll go ahead and show you it on the ground. There's my studio right up there, as you can see. We have all the minifigures there. I love the red background and stuff. You see the piece count, and of course you can flip the entire box upside down. There goes the extra pieces. But you can get it to where it still says Stranger Things on the top, and the upside down version, which looks very spooky actually. I really like that. Flipping it back over, you can see that we have all the minifigures on the top, all 8 of them, all 8 glorious figures. And then on the back, we can see all the little information that I just showed you for the review. So there you guys have it. There is my entire review of the LEGO Stranger Things, the Upside Down set. This is an amazing set. If you have the $200, I would recommend it. It is a fantastic set for $200. The price per piece is right on point. You get 8 minifigures that are very highly detailed with some exclusive prints and molds, and of course those exclusive mid-legs. You also get a vehicle, which is pretty nice too for a $200 set. Very nice house build. If you like Lego houses, I'd highly recommend this set. If you would like Stranger Things, I would definitely recommend this set because of all the little hidden Easter eggs and stuff. It's just so fun. It's a super fun build. If you have 2 Stranger Things fans, 2 friends, or maybe your parent wants to help build it too, you can build one house and they can build the other house. Like me and my dad built it actually. We built it together. I built the top trees, he built the bottom trees, and then they both connect. And then I built the top house and he built the upside down house, and then they connect. So it's a great way to build, you know, with a friend or whatever. It's a fantastic build experience. I'd highly recommend it. Of course, I got it for my birthday, and I'm a Stranger Things fan, so there's a little bit more of a bias there. But if you are a Stranger Things fan, I would highly recommend it. And if you are not into Stranger Things, I would highly recommend it as well. But I'd recommend you be over 13, just because there's quite a bit of cussing, and it's also a little bit of a horror show, I guess. It's as far as I go for horror, at least. It's as far as I go for horror, at least. It's definitely creepy. It's definitely spooky. I'd recommend watching it maybe around next Halloween or so. So if you guys did enjoy this review, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye and have a great day.